In five, four, three, two, one. Welcome back, Wayfarer. I hope you are doing well. Once again, like Finnegan, we are going live and broadcasting from the Central Kingdom of the Celestial Dragon. The problem is, it doesn't show on my homepage that I am, in fact, live. And why is that? Why is it not showing up on the old boob tube, the old YouTube? I don't see anything. It says 0 views 36 seconds ago. Free tarot readings with Frank Monday. That should be good to go. It won't click on it and it will not allow me to check the feedback loop. So I'm going to have to rely on you, Wayfarer. I'm broadcasting to you here from the Central Kingdom of the Celestial Dragon, Twilight Zone Old Peking. Far behind the bamboo firewall. I'm looking out for you, Wayfarer. We're doing free tarot readings, one time only. You get one free tarot reading. Then, if you would like additional tarot readings, you'll have to contact me on my coffee page. You might be aware of it, you might not. Let me see if I can find it for you here in the captions section of the show. Yep, there it is there. That's the one. We do have one viewer in Happy Land, and I think that is myself viewing from my phone, but it still won't let me open it. I'm not exactly sure why. Well, it is what it is, right? I mean, YouTube doesn't always function 100% correctly, and from where I'm generating my transmission, I can see that it's not necessarily going to let me, it's not going to play fair with me, as it were, right? It's okay. It is what it is. I've got the tarot cards ready. And so, Wayfarer, if you're ready, join me for an adventure into the tarot. Now, what are the tarot? The tarot are 78 cards, 22 major arcana, and 56 minor arcana. The minor arcana pertain to the trivial day-to-day affairs and have some time reference to them. The 22 major arcana correspond with the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet, the 7 planets, 12 zodiac, and 3 mother letters. So we've got air, water, and fire as our primary elements. All the dynamic mutable elements prior to the solid, right? They're the ones outside of the Kabbalistic earth element. And so that's a thing, right? And it also corresponds with the 22 bones in the skull, Golgotha, as it were, right? So we'll say a prayer to get us started. Adoration of Abraxas. Say it with me if you know it, Wayfarer. Holy art thou, Lord of the universe, the vast and the mighty one, creator of heaven and earth, maker of all things visible and invisible, master of both the light and the darkness. He who was, is, and shall be. We adore thee and we invoke thee. Please send us one of your divine spiritual agents, our holy guardian angel, to protect and guide us through the innumerable snares of the earthly sphere, and that old cleansing wind to disperse all negativity and endless human opinion. Teach us those secret things which we must know for the completion of the great work and the glory of thine ineffable name, Adonai. So it is commanded and confirmed. So mote it be. Amen. Ra. Holy art thou. Hail unto thee who art raw in thy rising, even unto thee who art raw in thy strength, who travellest over the heavens at the uprising of the sun. Tahuti standeth in his splendor at the prow, and Rahor abideth at the helm. Hail unto thee from the abodes of the night. Remember, O neophyte, goodness alone is power, silence is strength, will regaineth omnipotence, and love lieth at the foundation, because love is the law. Love under will, as above, so below. Now, I'm really perplexed as to why this will not meet this app will not allow me to click on my live stream. That's just, it isn't working. It isn't clicking. It says other things, save the device, play next in queue, all this happy horse shit, and none of it is allowing me to look at it. So I don't even know if you are able to receive this transmission, Wayfarer. But whoever you are, wherever you are, and whenever you may be receiving this transmission, welcome. Welcome, one and all. We're doing some single card tarot readings here tonight in Twilight Zone Old Peking. It's just me and you, Wayfarer, and it's a rare thing, really is, for us to have this opportunity to spend time together. There is a great divide of time and space between us. I'm I'm on the opposite side of the world from many of you. Some of you may be nearby, but others are certainly far removed, distant from me. And many of the Wayfarer friends and family along the path that have accompanied me have gone even further. They've gone beyond the veil. They've gone beyond the veil, as it were. They've gone on to the timeless homeland, to the worlds beyond. And I'm one of the last of my kind, one of the last of my clan, at least from my generation. There are a few others though. I've got a couple of older sisters and one remaining older brother. All the other ones have passed into the abodes of the night. Mother, father, grandparents, all of them. And it's what happens when you live as long as I have, Wayfarer. As long as old Frank Monday. It's quite a thing. Quite a thing. I'm on the better half of 100 years right now. Believe it or not, right? Some of you may look at me and say, hey, wow, Frank Monday, you don't look a day over 53. And that would be kind of you, because I am, in fact, in my 54th year. So, yeah, better halfway to 100. Better than halfway. It's quite a thing to live that long from Generation X. Or is that what they called us? Gen Xers. So if you have a question for the tarot, Wayfarer, put it in the chat box. Chitter chat. And good. Thank you for that, Namira. Good to see you, Namira. I would like to take this opportunity, Namira, to turn you on to a product that I think is really important for your daily life. It's the Wishy Washy dish soap. Wishy Washy dish soap in the 5-pound box at Thompson's 5 and Dime. There's a 20% discount in the Sunday paper. You can get 20% off Wishy Washy dish soap. It's the sudsiest suds of all dish soaps. It's Wishy Washy dish soap, and it's a really great way to get the dishes clean, right? It comes with a complimentary Wishy Washy dishcloth that is a great applicator for the Wishy Washy dish soap in the 5-pound box, a 20% discount at Thompson's 5 and Dime. Pick up a box for yourself or for a friend or family member today. Wishy Washy dish soap. What a way to ring in the season, right? As we ring in this holiday season, you might want to pick up the 5-pound box of Wishy Washy and tell them Frank Monday sent you for an additional 5% discount off the retail price of $4.99 for a 5-pound box of Wishy Washy dish soap. So welcome, Namira. If you have a question for the tarot, are you looking for that King of Coins, the old sugar daddy? Is that what you're interested in? Because he's here for you today. Old Frank Monday, shuffling the cards, dishing out free tarot readings to any and all comers. So if you have a question, Put it down in the chit chat box, but keep it clean. Remember to keep it clean with Wishy Washy. Wishy Washy dish soap, keeping it clean. It's my birthday tomorrow. Would love to have a message. Awesome. That's good magic. Happy birthday to you, Namira. Let me consult the tarot on your behalf. I would be honored on your birthday, Namira. May I inquire as to where you are tuning in from, beloved? And I believe that's a feminine name. I might be wrong. There's two distinct genders, masculine and feminine. And then there is sometimes a third one, a hermaphrodite, right? Both Hermes and Aphrodite together. They are rare, though. I think they're 0.0000001%, something like that, right? So, Namira, if I may know which part of the world you're listening to the FM radio Frank Monday transmission, and then I can dig right in and get you a birthday message. That would be my pleasure. I would be honored. Heaven and earth are the spontaneous manifestations of the subtle, wondrous, universal law. Divine spirits and ancient masters, your daughter, I believe, Nimira, would like a little bit of a message from the unseen realm, right? The realm of randomness, Ordo Abkeo. And for her birthday tomorrow, and I believe that would make you a what? Let me check my calendar real quick. As far as I can recall, we are currently in Virgo, but we're getting real close to Libra. So you're a virgin, as it were, right? The Virgo. It's a good solid earth sign. It's a perfect time to get your life organized. So you are a master of organization, Virgo. Good people, Virgos. I like Virgo. Virgo's one of my favorite time of the year. It's back to school, right? And it's just getting everything in order right prior to the autumnal equinox. Very good. So Namira, tuning in from the Netherlands, wie geht es Ihnen? Geht es gut, danke und Sie? My Deutscher, my Netherland language is nil at best, right? It's kaput. But I am working on it this year, and I will be improving my German this year. And I look forward to visiting your part of the world sometime soon. Sometime soon. So, divine spirits and ancient masters, please a card for Nimira. One moment, please, as I pause. All right, and we are back. We had a bit of an interruption there. A wayfarer, a fellow traveler, young man along his path, stopped by to say hello. Yeah. No, yeah, my German's pretty bad, right? Uh, Alles hast un End und eine End. Nur der Wurst haben zwei, right? Everything has an end except for the sausage. The sausage has two. It's terrible, right? The German humor. There's nothing funny about German humor. They're some of the most dour, serious people you'll ever meet. But if you do party with some Germans, then make sure you throw back some Budweiser, right? The Budweiser, Anheuser Busch. It's der sehr gut German beer. Trinken Sie Bier. Sie Bier trinken. Yeah, so have a little beer with the Germans. And then maybe if you get 4 or 5 pints in them, then you might have some fun times with them. But other than that, yeah, the German are pretty, they're sauerkrauts, right? They are sauerkrauts. Okay, with no further ado, Nimira in the Netherlands for her birthday. And on the cut. Whoop, almost dropped it. Wow! A nice Piscean card. This is, I believe, either the second or third deacon in Pisces. And so the Nine of Cups shows, yeah, Schnitzel and beer. Deutscher Schnitzel, you like it, don't you? The Deutscher Schnitzel. You know it, don't you? Yeah, it's good stuff, the Deutscher Schnitzel. I enjoy it myself. I must admit, I'm 60% German, 20% Irish, and another 20% other, right? But I'm mostly German. So it is what it is, right? The nine of It's a blessed card, especially for your birthday. It shows that you're going to have good times, right? You got the nine cups lined up behind the hawker there, and it shows that there's a lot in storage, right? You've got plenty of good things headed your way. I mean, look at that. They're all lined up and they're ready to knock them back. Whether you drink or don't drink, in this situation, the best faculties to use are your intuitive ones. So like when it's a really happy card, it's a bit indulgent, right? But it shows that there's plenty on offer for your birthday and you should have a blessed birthday. That's, to me, that shows you sitting in front of the birthday table with all the wonderful gifts lined up that people have brought you. So I think it's going to be a good one for you. Um, the red cap, right? The red, what's that called? What kind of cap is that? I forget what that's called. But yeah, it's a beautiful card with beautiful energy. It any of the cups cards are advising us to draw upon the emotions in a way that benefit ourselves and others. And so this one, in fact, is known as the wish card, right? Like all your wishes will be granted. And it's it's not only emotional satisfaction and luck, right? It is a lucky card, but it's the moment, it's like that eureka moment when you realize that what you've been seeking has either arrived or closer than you thought, or um it carries with it that sense of I did that, right? That and an achievement. I lined up all those cups. I set them back there. And it really does. It says we lost connection. So I'm not sure if we're still connected or not. I'll wait. I'll wait until the internet reconnects. Yeah, much love to you. It is a beautiful card. So if you were asking like a yes no question in your mind, the answer is an easy yes, right? This is a definitive your wish, like your wish is my command, saith the genie, right? And he's got an entire collection of things behind him that he can dispense. So it's definitely a card of abundance and fecundity in life. It's a good card. So blessings to you, Namira. Thank you for stopping by and thank you for asking the question. And happy birthday to you. I'd like to sing happy birthday to you in Chinese, if I may. I can't sing it in German yet, but I can sing it in Spanish. Um, Feliz Navidad de cumplo años in felicidad. I don't think that's happy birthday, but let's go ahead. Let's give it a go in Chinese. 祝你生日快乐，祝你生日快乐，祝你生日快乐，Namira，祝你生日快乐，and many more. Yeah, so a happy birthday to you. I love birthdays, man. I haven't had a birthday in a while. That means I've got one coming up, right? Fools and Tools, good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. We're doing free tarot readings for anyone who would like one. Just wander on in and let me know. Let me know where you're tuning in from and let me know your question. We've got Namira here. She's a sun in Virgo. Birthday's going to be September 19th. It's already your birthday here, Namira. It's already the 19th because I am broadcasting to you from the future. Frank Monday broadcasting from the future. Lollipops here. Good to see you. Yeah, it's old Franca in the house. Flanka the Wanka, getting some tarot readings done. I need to make some notes though, so I don't forget. Netherlands. Wow, what a thing, huh? What a wonderful thing. I wish uh, have visited the Netherlands sooner. I haven't been over that way in a while. It's been a couple of years since I've been to the UK and Ireland and Germany as well, but I haven't made it into the Netherlands yet. I need to come up there and see you guys. I've heard good things about Amsterdam, right? Isn't that in the Netherlands? Used to be that Americans, they all wanted to visit the Netherlands and be able to sit in a cafe and smoke some cannabis with like legal ease, have to have the ability to be free of anxiety. Because for so long in the US, we toiled under the hardship of tyranny of the government, Uh, there was a very dictatorial government, especially starting in like the 1960s when they made the so-called free love generation. They really tightened down the thumb screws on everyone. They're like passing out LSD lollipops, but just to get you in trouble and get you thrown in jail. And then they made cannabis so verboten and taboo that it's like they were arresting guys for a marijuana cigarette. They'd give them, 10 years in prison or something. It was absolutely insane. Thankfully, that that era in America is over. But there's a here comes the new boss, just like the old boss. As soon as one era of oppression ends, another begins, just in some other direction. And so it's always a matter of from victory to victory. You got to keep fighting the good fight. Never give up. Keep your nose to the grindstone. Keep battling the machine until ultimately until we either give up or win, right? And I guess we win by I need to keep an eye on the chat because it looks like we've got another visitor here. We've got Lollipop. Let me see. Let me go back through the chat. Mostly just you, Namura. And I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly because that is a lovely name, and I love those flowers you have there. Yeah, Fools and Tools was here. Good to see you. Blessings, beloved. Fools and Tools stopped by to say hello. Happy birthday to Namira. Thank you for that, Fools and Tools. What a wonderful thing. What a blessed thing to see all of you once again. Lollipop B is here. Good to see you. She says, "Hey, Fwanka, the Wanka." There, and that's why I missed it because that was such a funny comment. And Phoenix is in the house. Everyone, if it's your first time, please don't let it be your last time. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, do all that happy horse shit that keeps YouTube barking like Pavlov's dog. Because aren't we all just barking for the machine, right? And then we have a mushroom coyote. Good to see you, coyote. That's a nice spelling. I love those mushrooms there. Um, Nice to see you, Fools and Tools. Yeah. So Mushroom Coyote says hello to you, Fools and Tools. And then Phoenix is next up for a tarot reading. And yes, you might indeed be added. So good to see you. Welcome. And let's get into it, right? We've got the sacred, secreted Book of Tahuti, ancient Egyptian god of magic, Thoth, right? The Emerald Tablets of Tahuti. And let's see what's going on for Phoenix. I do like to kind of keep track of my readings, and so I've got Namira here, a Virgo, from the Netherlands on the list, and she got the Nine of Cups. And then I'd like to know just a couple of things about you, um, Phoenix. It is 5:07 p.m. here in Twilight Zone Old Peking, but I saw that at 5:06. So we've got Phoenix is in line for a tarot reading. I'd just like to know a couple of things. Number one, where are you from or where are you listening to today? And what is your zodiac sign? So just a couple of things to help me tune in with you, to tune my vibrations, as it were, and then we can get right into it. I like to keep those spectral energies in tune, right? And know what I'm dealing with. Oh my God, Michael Obama just appeared in an ad. Yeah, so let me know your zodiacal sun sign is start off with, right? If I read for you in the future, I'd like to triangulate you a little more. USA, all right, go USA, man. I'm as you may know, old Frank Monday is an American, right? I'm not an Americant. I'm an American. So I can get shit done. Pisces, same as me. I can really appreciate the Pisces. Then yeah, Pisces magic. That's right. I probably don't even need to read for you, Pisces. You're gonna see the cards coming. And so, do you have a specific question, or you just want like a general energy card? Just see what the tarot wants to tell you. How about that, Pisces? Unless you have a specific question, stay away from the mushrooms. They can make you mental. I know, right? All those primates getting involved with those mushrooms ain't no kind of fun. Um, I haven't had any mushrooms in a long, long time. As you guys may know, that I'm here in Twilight Zone, Old Peking, and drugs are kind of forbidden, prohibited. Okay, so you're looking for a love reading. Good, good. I appreciate that. I like that, Pisces. I like that you're a lover, not a fighter, right? Let me get that question up on the board so that we can see that clearly as we get into. We're going to dig into it, Phoenix. Out in the US of A. Heaven and earth, divine spirits, and ancient masters. And I believe you're feminine, so I'm going to go with your daughter. We're either sons and daughters of the divine. I'm assuming your gender. If I misgender, you let me know. Out in the US of A, Piscean alignment. Would like to know a little more about love. Please respond to us through the system of the tarot. Are you willing to accept this response, whether it shows good fortune or misfortune? I hope so, because that's the way it works. There's both good and bad cards out there, Phoenix. Let's line up with those energies. 3 knocks on the door, and I open it. Wow! Sentiment from childhood. I cut right to the 6 of Cups. And that does show romance, right? Budding romance. But it shows a budding romance of a more like heart touching, should I even say like juvenile type inclination, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. And again, the cups are always of the heart energy, right? So we do see that these romance things are coming into play. However, it's asking you to call upon the so with the 6, it's asking you to call upon your past memories, right, of how love plays out, and to use that wisdom as a font of guidance moving forward. And so if you're looking for like a time frame, this would be, now I'm just going to randomly guess because I can't recall exactly, but I think that the 6, let me do the math. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the 6 should be center of Cancer, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So you should be looking for time reference around June. Either you met someone in June or you will meet someone in June. Let's dig a little deeper though while we're in here. So I've cut to that 3 times thinking about you now. So I'm the cards are telling me that something went kind of dark with the last one and you're ready to let go of that, but you should still use it as a reference point. And so uh and I won't tell you exactly which card I cut to 3 times in a row, but it was definitely there. So the 6 of Cups, you may know, is a card of memory and nostalgia, and it appears like a gentle wave from the past in order inviting you to reconnect with something that you felt was pure, meaningful, or true. And it can signal like reunions and forgiveness, but it may be something that you've outgrown, right? So let's see moving forward. Let's get a couple of interesting. Been cutting to high cards and like build-ups moving forward into the future. So let me get something. Oh, wow. When I started thinking about moving forward, I drew upon the King of Cups, and this is the definitive lover extraordinaire. So this is absolutely the man of your dreams coming into your future. So to further illustrate, like, and it will be a water sign, which may not be a perfect match for you, but it does seem to be the perfect man. And he may have either already appeared to you or will in the immediate future. So the tarot is typically unerringly accurate. And to draw two cups in a row in reference to heart, um, is a pretty good sign in the affairs of love. So my only advice, the way that I can bottleneck it and filter it through what I'm thinking. Wow, Cancer. See, we had the Deacon of Cancer, that's 6 of Cups. I believe that's dead center, 5, 6, 7. I'm thinking that's dead center of Cancer. And then to draw the Master of the Waves like that, that's a pretty big deal. But I would advise. I don't know what would I advise. Let me do a little consultation on what the advice position would read. It says, don't get stuck. If your past if your past is holding you back, then only bring forward those things which are worth bringing forward. Don't forget what your younger self believed about joy, love, and purpose. Right? What parts of you still long for home? Listen to them and allow them to teach you how to trust again. So, yeah, in cutting through the cards as I read for you, I pulled up some fairly significant trauma, but just in cutting. But I pay attention every time I shuffle and cut. I pay attention to what's happening on the cut, and there was some indication of some hardship. So I think the best thing to take away from that in moving forward into this new relationship maybe is not so much the idea of once bitten, twice shy, but how to avoid, having your heart broken. Yeah, that would be my advice. Because love is always a wonderful thing, and there's no reason to let any past heartbreak like cast a dark cloud over a future relationship. The past does not equal the future, as Tony Robbins would say. But at the same time, we do need to be of a mind where we're, fuck me once, shame on you, fuck me twice, shame on me. So we do need to become somewhat world weary. That's not what I'm looking for. Worldly wise, streetwise. So yeah, that's what the tarot is telling me to tell you. So there you have it. There you have it. And I hope it works out. I just fuck. If you need more advice along those lines, let me know because it looks good. All signs are go. Both of those cards are positive move forward cards. Um, Neither one of them really suggests like any immediate action. I think both are counseling to take it slow, right? Like a 5, like a if it were like a 3, 5, or 7, it'd be a little more dynamic in taking immediate action. But like a 6 with a king, that's more of like a gradual kind of, put your toe in the waters first and test the waters to see how it's going before you move forward. Yeah, there you have it. Good magic. What fun, huh? What a thing. What a wonderful thing. Looks like a couple of folks have joined us here. So I will reiterate that if it's your first time, please don't let it be your last time. Sub the channel, check back often, say hello, hit the like button, do all that happy horse shit that makes YouTube's algorithms bark like Pavlov's dog. We're just hanging out tonight. It's a Friday night here for me. in Twilight Zone, Old Peking. Frank Monday coming at you once again, like Finnegan, from the Central Kingdom of the Celestial Dragon. We're just getting it done, guys. We're reading tarot. We're doing free tarot readings. And so, first come, first serve. If you've got a question, put it in the chitty chat box in all caps, and I'll draw a card for you, and I'll try to interpret what I think the Book of Tahuti is saying to you, right? You may know better than me. There's always some really good tarot readers out there that might be hanging out and tuning in. And so I'll just do my best, right? So let me know if you need a card, if you've got a question, just step up, one and all, right? And make sure keep it clean in the chit chat box, guys. And the best way to do that is by purchasing the 5-pound box of Wishy Washy dish soap, on offer right now at Thompson's 5 and Dime. They got the 5-pound box of Wishy Washy dish soap. $4.99 is the retail price, but you can get a 20% discount coupon if you tell them Frank Monday sent you. So get yourself, buy a box for yourself or for your lover, maybe the wife or the husband. Wishy Washy dish soap. It comes with a complimentary Wishy Washy washcloth, and you can get the 5-pound box for $4.99 at Thompson's 5 and Dime. So make sure you pick one up. All right, we've got Jasmine in the chat. Good to see you, Jasmine. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the question. Single 30. All I need to know is your zodiac sign and which part of the world you're tuning in from, Jasmine. It is 5:19 here in Beijing right now, and Jasmine is asking what's coming in for you in love. We'll have to consult the tarot and find out. Yeah, I see it in all caps. That's really good. And I'm guessing that seems to be a feminine name to me, but I don't know. What are you going to do, right? It is what it is. Libra from California. Nice. Well, happy birthday, Libra. The equinox, we will transit into Libra. It's coming up in the next couple of days. 1, 2, 3. Looks like we're about 3 days out. The moon is actually transiting into Libra right now. So you're going to have a really powerful new moon eclipse, autumn equinox, and moon in Libra, sun in Libra. Wow, what a powerful thing. You're going to have a great year no matter which way you swing it. I'm also from California originally. I was born and raised in Los Angeles, California. Yeah, so let's do a reading one by one. First, we'll start off with Yasmin because that was the first question I saw in the chit chat box. Where you guys keeping it clean out there in chit chat land? Make sure you pick up a 5-pound box of Wishy Washy dish soap, right? 20% discount in your Sunday paper. Heaven and earth, divine spirits, and ancient masters. Let's find out what's going on for Yasmin in the future with regards to love. I'm going to do a 3-card spread on this one, Jasmine, because I'm feeling it. I feel the power, the lust for life. So young. What a thing, right? 30? Jesus Christ, to be 30 again. I'm double 30. How about that? Going to do the cut. Going to lay out 1, 2, 3. All right, we're going to go with a simple past, present, and future. What do you want first, Jasmine? Do you want the immediate past, the current present, or the immediate future? We got 3 cards to reveal for you. So let me know. Let me know what you think. And I'm going to go back through the chat here and make sure that I didn't skip anyone. Yeah, it looks like I got all the questions. May I ask a question? Okay, yes, Yasmin, definitely. I got your question in my sights, and we're going to read it. We're going to read it together, you, me, and everyone else here tonight. What a thing. Thank you for being here, guys. Cheers to you, and happy birthday to everyone who's having a birthday. I mean, so many birthdays going on. What a thing. What a beautiful thing. I'd sing you happy birthday, Jasmine, but I just sang it. So my one of my older sisters, okay, past first. We're going with the past. Ooh, looks like there's been some contention recently, right? We got that old seven of wands. So you see the battling forces of the wands energy here, and that maybe many and you're in the advanced position here. You have the high ground, as it were, right? So we see that there it looks to me like what the tarot is telling me that many suitors have lined up, and you've kind of been feeling like maybe none of them are 100% correct for you right now at this time, but you've got you got the chops to figure out which one's going to be the best match. And so we can either go with, I'll just go with it. Since you chose past, we're going to go straight into the present. Oh my God, the world card right there in the middle. So you're in an elevated position of primal power where you can make any decision. The world is at your fingertips, right? Immediate past. Sorry about knocking the mic, guys. Got a little bit excited. Immediate past, we've got that battling, contending energy, many suitors vying for your attention, and going into the future. Ooh, the caution of over investing yourself and becoming um, indecisive or frigid or even a little bit stingy. So, from your present position, I would say that what the tarot is telling me to advise is that you take your time, sit back on your laurels a little bit, and let them vie for your attention. But don't wait too long. Um, the danger of the um the four of pentacles here, I believe, is becoming overly sedentary with the power of the world at your back, right? So I would say from this three card spread that you're in the position of power and you should strike while the iron's hot. So when when the when the best choice for among these options for you becomes apparent, then just carpe diem, seize the day, move forward with it, let the fucking cards fall where they may. You only live once, as it were. Well, you live every day, right? You live over and over and over again every single day. Sorry guys, I hear some action out in the office area. I'm not sure if it's the boss showing up to cause trouble. You never know. Whenever I start having fun on the internet, usually um, the boss shows up and shuts everything down. That's okay. It is what it is. We're having a good time and we're enjoying it. Um, Let me see if that if it now if that reading resonates with you and it makes sense. Take it or leave it. It's not a thing set in stone, but that's what the tarot was telling me according to my understanding of the way the tarot works. And I believe, Namira, you're trying to say Beijing. Is that correct? You said, Frank, my son's next week going to Beijing. He's been there last month and has a girlfriend who lives near Beijing. Is that correct? Because you wrote being rather than Beijing. But I'm assuming that your autocorrect prevented you from writing Beijing. So yeah, absolutely. Let's reflect momentarily before we move into a new reading. Um that was Jasmine. We did a little three card reading for Jasmine on love. Excellent. Very exciting read, guys. I had fun with that one. I hope that resonated with you. I'm ready to start a relationship with a man, but let's see if the universe brings someone towards me. From what I saw, there are, you may not have noticed, but there are many suitors vying for your attention. What's your flavor, Jasmine? Black or white coffee? Lollipop. What you doing out there? Throwing a little flirtation her way. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. She's in California, Lollipop. If you're out there in old Kingdom of California, Frank Money's going to take himself a smoke break, guys, while we update. Yes, you mean Beijing. Okay, good. Yeah. Well, send your son my way if he needs any advice, or I've been here 25 years. If he wants to hang out and have a meal or something, be more than happy to meet up with your son. I think that would be fun. I mean, imagine that. You tell your son, "Hey, I stumbled upon this guy's channel. He lives in Beijing, and he's a nice guy. And why don't you guys have a dinner together or something?" That would be good fun. No, I didn't see your question, Mushroom Kingdom. Let me scroll back up and find it. And thank you for the question. We'll get right into it. I'm looking for Mushroom Kingdom. Everyone wants love. Well, oh, okay. Mushroom Kingdom is there. And sorry for that. I'm sorry I overlooked that. Let's go ahead and get right into it as I puff away on my JP Farrell. It is currently 5:28 here in Twilight Zone Old Peking. Guys, let me remind everybody to make sure you stop by Thompson's Five and Dime this weekend and pick up the 5 pound box of Wishy Washy dish soap. They got the 5 pound box for $4.99 at Thompson's Five and Dime. Make sure you tell them Frank Monday sent you from FM Radio. FM Radio's Frank Monday, and you'll get the 20% discount. You are a Gemini coyote, mushroom coyote, and USA. Very good. Lots of Americans here tonight, guys. I really appreciate that. What's coming in love as well in regards to moving? I don't understand. Are you making a reference to something you said earlier in regards to moving? Okay, I'll just go with it. I'll let the tarot answer the question. You know, if you're a halfway decent tarot reader, then you don't need too much background information. But I will keep it up on the board, guys, so that I don't forget. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know how do you feel about that? Your son moving from the Netherlands to Beijing. It's a wonderful city. And honestly, um, China's got their shit together, man. I mean, they got really good public transportation. It's a really well ordered city. There's basically zero crime. Like there's no danger. Um, Folks pretty much just serve the system for the most part. Foreigners fare well here. They fare much better, in fact, than like even the local folks. So if he is considering to move to Beijing, I would say, do it. It's a very nice place to live, especially for foreigners that come here as like visitors. Just always remember that as a foreigner, as a stranger in a strange land, you're always just a visitor. Like it's not really a place you can ever really consider like your home. I don't know. It depends on what age you move here. I was almost 30 when I moved here, and I've been here close to 25 years now. So that kind of tells you everything you need to know about me. All right, love, let's get into it. Mushroom Coyote. Holy art thou, Lord of the universe. Call upon thee. And I ask that you guide me through the use of the tarot in everything that I think, say, and do. I call upon you, Lord, first and foremost. Love in the kingdom. Yeah, people consult tarot when they're thinking about love. We'll do a cut. And we'll start with a single card on this one. We may go further then. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna have to explain this a little better. So we got the Five of Pentacles, which shows a lot of upheaval in the realm of movement, right? So a move at this time is not necessarily a good thing, but I'm going to expand on this one. I'm going to go a little further. I'm going to take that as my starting point, Hokmah, and then there's a judgment coming forward. Wow. Couple of really powerful energies came forward. I drew both the final judgment and the 13 memento mori. So we've got really final cards here, right? And we have to accept whether it shows good fortune or misfortune. But Mushroom Coyote, I see like a really tough ending to a bad relationship. And the tarot is advising that you make some changes, some personal changes in the way that you approach love, right? There's a reckoning, there's a transformation, and there's some sort of great loss involved. Now, only if this resonates with you, these are some dark and serious cards, right? But that's not a bad thing because they're all finished. They all, they are where they are. Let the cards fall where they may. They're there, they're out on the table, and we can start to move away from that a little bit and learn its bitter lesson. So basically, like that type of situation, when you draw that kind of hardcore, high powered dark hand, there's nowhere to go but up. It looks like for the current situation, we've kind of hit bottom, right? And let's see how we can move up from there. Ooh, and it fought with me on that cut just now. Wonder what's going on. There's some turbulent energy with that five. We got a 5 and a 13. Ooh, and a 20 and then a 13, 33. There's really something going on with you that's out of your control right now. I'm going to go with a single card on the cut, and I'm going to look for highest ideal. What's the absolute, the absolute highest ideal in this situation is that you retreat into the inner feminine, right? Use your intuition. The Shekinah, the beloved light of God, the receiving of the master magician. If you know about the major arcana, then we move from the fool to the magician to the high priestess. And so these three energies, right? Keter, Hokman, Bina, represent the supernal triad. So you got three major arcana cards in a row, which means there are forces involved in your current situation that are beyond your control. And the best thing to do, yeah, it's a beautiful card. It's a card of salvation. It's to seek the inner divine feminine at this time. And then you can return to your source of power. And that's as far as I would want to take it at this time, because why push it any further, right? Let's stop while you're ahead, and sometimes, right? And not only with with the tarot, right, but in life sometimes we need to say, hey, maybe it's time to, like, that's the nun card, as it were. Maybe it's time to take a step back and withdraw into my personal spiritual cultivation. And then, yeah, if you're at all familiar with tarot, no, blessings, much love. And it's always scary when those dark cards come up, but oftentimes it's foundational things, right? How do the expressions go? You got to break a few eggs to make an omelet. You've got to have some manure to fertilize the field, as it were. So yeah, not the end of the world, but definitely powerful forces involved with you right now. What a thing, too, right? To be at the sway, to be on the and another thing. What's very interesting about that is that it shows that a lot of powerful forces are interested in you right now, which means that, like, three major arcana on a 4-card spread. I mean, there are like demigod level spirits interested in what you're up to. So the one thing to take away, I think, is that you're not alone in this. The god of death is there watching you. The final judgment, which is like moot weighing the feather of life, right? And the resurrection as well. And then the high priestess, I mean, all the Isis, Astarte, Diana, all of the moon goddesses there. Someone has taken an interest in your situation, which shows that there is absolute salvation for you, no matter how bad it is. Look for the shining light, of the hermit. and know that there's a lighthouse on the shore, right? So yeah, that was good magic. That was good fun. And let me scroll back up through the chat, guys, because it does take time to read it. And I'll see if there are other questions out there. And yeah, thank you for allowing me to read for you. Mushroom Coyote, thank you for that opportunity. I appreciate that. And and others at all. Yeah, good. Thank you, Namir. Yeah, tell him definitely. I mean, if seriously, I'm wide open, man. My schedule's fucking it is what it is. You know, I got a 10-day holiday coming up. That's one of the wonderful things about working in academia is we get really long holidays to engage in research and rest and recuperate. Okay, we have another question in the ideas room. Good. Okay, so for everyone in the chit chat box, I might have skipped this one, Shreya. So if you're still here, let me know and I will read for you because I will only read for people who are here. So good magic. Yeah, it's pushing into the abodes of evening. So I will remind you guys to make sure that you take the opportunity to check me out at www.buymeacoffee/Frank Money. Pull something in the tip jar. Let me know you love me. And let me get this on here real quick. Shreya and like 7. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Maybe that's your number. Your magic number is 7. And current thoughts, SB's current thoughts for me. I believe I've read for you once in the past, Shreya, if I'm not mistaken. You are a Sagittarius and you are from India. Wow, what a magical thing, right? I mean, to be here on the dark mirror of magic, right? And to have people from all over the world joining me to explore the tarot together. What a thing. What a wonderful thing. Yes, so Shreya, if you're still here, let me yeah, you're here. Good. Fantastic. So SB, I don't know SB, but I'm certainly interested in finding out. Good to see everyone. KJV's in the house. What up? My good man, KGV is London McLovin on the YouTube, guys. He does a lot of good magic with research into the state of our realm and all things occulted. So, if you want to listen to some really cool videos where he's exploring all types of esoteric information and occulted things, guys, definitely check out KJV. His his YouTube channel is London underscore man here on the YouTube. I'll put it up here in a second because I love me some KJV. What up, my brother? Brother from another mother. Good to see you, man. Good looking out. I was watching your show this morning, man. I stopped by and I said hello, but I don't know if you saw it or not. I don't know if you saw me in the chat, but I'm only able to listen when I'm at work, because I gotta work, I gotta if I'm in the office, if I'm in class and stuff like that. um I can't necessarily get caught, listening to YouTube. But when I'm off work, man, I can do whatever the fuck I want. Free time is my time and my time to cultivate. Yeah, Mushroom Coyote knows you. Good magic. I'm glad there's some like-minded individuals here. So we're reading for Shreya in India, and we're wondering about SB's thoughts towards her. Heaven and earth, divine spirits and ancient masters, Master Lu Dombing, Tahuti, please guide my hand in cutting the deck and revealing unseen truths. Ooh. The two of hearts, right? You can see right there. Need I even say anything? Um, Shreya, SB is considering you a perfect match. This is the card of um how to say it. Let me see if the words are I'm at a loss for words. This is absolutely one of my favorite cards when it comes to any matter of the heart. If you're in a business, yeah, it looks like you're blushing. If you're in a business relationship, homie ain't looking at it that way. He's looking, he or she is looking for a little something something, right? This is the hand fasting card. This is a card that is like perfect marital bliss. This is the absolute pinnacle, apex, acme of reciprocated love. Ah, what a card. I love this card. It's got the mercurial lion above it, right? With the twin kundalini snakes interacting. This is really a card of divine alchemy, right? And absolute. Oh my God, it's romantic though. We had a fallout. Well, if you did have a fallout, and I'll go further then, since you've said that, this shows that there's absolutely an opportunity for reunion. And let's go ahead and cut again and see what happens. Ooh, and I drew two. Wow. And I drew two. I drew stormy cards, 2 5s. Yeah, you guys had a fallout. I would say, right? Um, but you can see that in both situations, okay, so we have a little bit of an opposite here, right? So it looks like on one person's side of it, they're seeing the absolute loss. And on the other side, they're seeing like a treacherous win. So there has been some sort of treachery in this relationship, right? And so you had an opportunity of perfect, like, filial bliss, but then there was a slight. However, I would advise, and I think that the tarot is advising you as well, is that there's always something remaining. And we see this in both of the fives, right? The 5 of Cups, you see the cups upright behind the aspirant, the inquirer, right? And then in the 5 of Swords, you see 2 swords on the ground. So 2/3 of the situation is salvageable, whereas not 2/3, my bad, 2/5 are salvageable, whereas 3/5 are loss. So there's a greater portion of loss in this situation, but still something remaining. So a little bit of a quandary there, right? A little bit of a paradox. I would have to dig a little deeper, and I don't like to go too far in these surface level. These are superficial readings, right? Um, and something's going on. You guys are going to have to give me just a second. I'm going to go ahead and load up a quick video because I think someone is at my door. So, guys, really quick, let me play the Invocation of Tahuti. It's about 5. Sorry, it's about 5 minutes long, and I'll be right back because there's a lot of things going on outside my door right now. I've got an entire family to deal with, so let me double check on these guys, and I'll be right back in about 3 to 5 minutes, everyone.
Invocation of Thoth. Procul, o procul esti profani, or lasti ompeda. In the name of the mighty and terrible one, I proclaim that I have banished the shells unto their habitations. I invoke Tahuti, the Lord of wisdom and of utterance, the God that cometh forth from the veil. O thou majesty of the Godhead, wisdom-crowned Tahuti, Lord of the gates of the universe, thee I invoke. O thou of the ibis head, thee I invoke. Thou who wieldest the wand of double power, thee I invoke. Thou who bearest in thy left hand the rose and cross of light and life, thee I invoke. Thou whose head is as an emerald, and thy nemes as the night sky blue, thee I invoke. Thou whose skin is of flaming orange as though it burned in a furnace, thee I invoke. Behold, I am yesterday, today, and the brother of tomorrow. I am born again and again. Mine is the unseen force whereof the gods are sprung, which is as life unto the dwellers in the watchtowers of the universe. I am the charioteer of the east, lord of the past and of the future. I see by mine own inward light, Lord of resurrection, who cometh forth from the dusk, and my birth is from the house of death. O ye two divine hawks upon your pinnacles, who keep watch over the universe, ye who accompany the bier to the house of rest, who pilot the ship of wrong, ever advancing onwards the heights of heaven, Lord of the shrine which standeth in the center of the earth. Behold, he is in me, and I in him. Mine is the radiance wherein Ptah floateth over the firmament. I travel upon high. I tread upon the firmament of new. I raise up flashing flame with the lightning of mine eye, ever rushing on in the splendor of the daily glorified Ra, giving my life to the dwellers of earth. If I say, come up upon the mountains, the celestial waters shall flow at my word. For I am Ra incarnate, Heph-Ra, created in the flesh. I am the eidolon of my father Tamu, lord of the city of the sun. The God who commands is in my mouth. The God of wisdom is in my heart. My tongue is the sanctuary of truth, and a guard sitteth upon my lips. My word is accomplished every day, and the desire of my heart realizes itself as that of Ptah when he createth his works. I am eternal, therefore all things are as my designs, therefore do all things obey my word. Therefore do thou come forth unto me from thine abode in the silence, unutterable wisdom, or light, or power. So, Hermes, Mercury, Odin, by whatever name I call thee, thou art still nameless to eternity. Come thou forth, I say, and aid and guard me in this work of art. Thou, star of the east, that didst conduct the Magi, thou art the same all-present in heaven and in hell. Thou that vibratest between the light and the darkness, rising, descending, changing ever, yet ever the same. The sun is thy father, thy mother the moon. The wind hath borne thee in its bosom, and earth hath ever nourished the changeless Godhead of thy youth. Come thou forth, I say, come thou forth, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God the vast one may be obedient unto me.
Holy art thou, Lord of the universe, Adonai, Elohim, Leolam, Amen. Vekubra, 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 Leolam. So it is commanded and confirmed, so mote it be. Welcome back, Wayfarer. Wow, what a thing, what a thing. I really appreciate that. I personally, love me some old Israel Regardi. All right, he's a good man. I like him a lot. You guys might not know him. He is master magician Francis Israel Regardi of the Golden Dawn. Welcome back, Wayfarers. I hope you guys are doing all right out there in Happy Land. Looks like there's a little bit of misunderstanding, perhaps, in the ideas room. Yeah, so I hope everyone works it out. And yeah, so there was a a delivery at the door, and I had to go ahead and take care of that. So the section of the free tarot readings is pretty much at an end. But I would like to put out the invitation to anyone out there in Happy Land. If you guys have the time and inclination to join the transmission, we're on Restream today, which doesn't work as good as StreamYard. But it is what it is. KJV, if you'd like to jump up and chat a little bit about what you've got going on over at your channel, I'd be more than happy to talk about that. Um, Shreya, according to the Two of Cups, Five of Swords, Five of Cups, are there any reconciliation chances? Um, as okay, so Shreya, to explain a little further for your reading, and thank you for asking. Yeah, I really appreciate the opportunity to respond. I think that yes, there are. I believe that in a situation where the Two of Cups comes out as the central card of the inquiry, I think that that type of union is can overpower any hardship. It's one of the most powerful cards for love. Um, you should always reach out to those who are in your heart and know that you love them and that you're thinking of them. And if it's directly in like relationship to, you said SB, you didn't elaborate, and I don't need to dig, but I would think that that card has the ability to overcome all, because the the astral light has occurred between you, meaning that your soul bodies have merged, not only like as it were in love making, but like in soul union. And so it's about deeper connection that's like the most potent, whether it be romantic, platonic, or spiritual. This card goes beyond like basic physical chemistry and shows when two people's hearts come in union. um there's absolute balance there between the masculine and feminine principle, and it's quite electric. I think that that type of relationship can always be rekindled even if there's some hardship. What I would see from that is that the Five of Swords needs to reconcile their tendency to be right, like cutting and abrasive, and they need to soften their emotional side. So maybe there's a more airy sign involved, right? And then the other side, the Five of Cups, they need to realize that there's no sense in crying over spilt milk, right? And they need to turn around, turn away. So they need to forgive and not forget necessarily, but at least forgive and let bygones be bygones, and let go of whatever mistake was made, because there's still a lot in reserve. And then we need to think about how those cards transition into, so how does the Five of Swords transition into the Six, and how does the Five of Cups transition into the Six of Cups, right? So you need to be a little bit more forward thinking, and think about how those transitions can play out, because the Two of Cups can easily turn into the Three of Cups, right? Which, when a third element gets involved, then there really is disaster. So if you want to maintain that union of the heart, as it were, then there needs to be some growth on both sides of the fence, because there isn't like, not only one person makes a mistake when relationships go bad. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So that's the way I see it. And thank you for that. I hope that that speaks to the way that I'm reading the tarot, because it's up to the interpreter, right? And it's up to the individuals involved to figure out what's the best move to make, right? Um yeah, no, thank you. Absolutely, my pleasure. I love to do it. And happy birthday to you. That's really quite a thing, What a thing. What a thing. What a wonderful thing. I'm glad I had the opportunity to read for you on your birthday. And I need more Libras in my life. I need more Virgos in my life too. I love the Virgo energy. And in fact, I met a Virgo today. I'm a 16-year-old girl who's smitten with me. Like, she's so in love with me. She keeps finding me in the academy, and I'm like, oh my god, what do I do? Just hopefully she'll get changed to another school or something, right? Because that's never an easy thing. It's like I'm a 54-year-old man. 16-year-old girls cannot fall in love with me. That's not cool. You can't do that. And that happens occasionally. Being an educator, and working in a high school, it's like kids with their hormones. It is what it is. Whatever. Um, but it's certainly a dangerous thing. Because it's the one time you have to continue. Thank God she's not my student, though, right? At least she's a student in another class, because that would really be a hassle. I'd probably have to get her shifted out of my class if that were the situation. But Lollipop says, what's going on with Mushroom Coyote and Lollipop? I don't know what's up with that. She says, please tell me how I'm disturbed. I do watch my own videos after. So, Mushroom Coyote, you have a channel. Is that correct? If you'd like to come up and talk about it, if you guys want to turn this into a panel in the Dramaverse, step right up, test your strength, swing the hammer. I post a lot of nature and animal videos. How old are you? I'm morbidly curious. Might explain something. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, man. Yeah, you're right, Namira. Like, I've done well though. I've been in academia for like going on 27 years now. I've been a teacher. Um, I mean, obviously, I've been a teacher longer than that. I taught in like other capacities as well, like in business and in college. I was a TA, and I've worked in martial arts schools and stuff like that. I did feng shui for a while, and I have taught in other capacities. But anyways, like as an official like teacher in a school, I've been doing that for over 20 years now, and it's kind of actually rare. Like, I would say out of my 25-year career, maybe only a handful of like female students have like legitimately been smitten over me. Like, she thinks I look like the guy from Hannibal Lecter. And I'll turn on the camera real quick just to show you guys what I look like. Yeah, so that's me, ugly mug, right there, right? But yeah, she thinks I look like the actor who played Hannibal Lecter in that movie. And because I wear a shirt and tie with the vest and all of that. And she's like, oh my God, you look just like that actor. And I'm like, no, I really don't. But I guess I kind of do. I guess all white people look the same, right? Like all Chinamen look the same, all Indians look the same. So if you're from a different culture, there is something exotic about it. Um, and there's something to be said for that. Yeah. So if we dress the same, talk the same, and act the same, but I don't eat people. Hannibal Lecter, his whole thing was that like he ate human flesh. And I mean, I will eat people, but I won't eat people. I'm not a cannibal, but I'll definitely get in there and do my best. I'm not going to eat a person, but I will certainly have a taste. All right. I'm Yeah, pink glasses. That's right. Rose colored in Namira. Don't know if no, you're from the Netherlands. We say rose tinted glasses, and maybe that comes from originally from like French or something. But in America, we would always say rose tinted glasses. Yeah, so seeing the world through the rose tinted glasses. How cute! Pink tinted glasses. What a funny thing. Yeah. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, that's something we have to be wary of as educators. That's bound to happen from time to time. And it's like it's a double-edged sword, because on the one hand, you can't just directly snuff out the fire, because that flame, that internal flame, is a good thing. It's the passion, the lust for life that drives us through the fucking day to day. But then at the same time, you can't you can't encourage it in any way, like in a personal way, right? So you have to walk a fine line, right, between like what Socrates said. He said that I can't teach a person anything. I can only encourage them to think, right? And so you have to keep the fire of the passion and the fire alive of wanting to reach out and find, but then at the same time, like you like a moth to the flame, you can't encourage them to just burn themselves. You always say pink. Okay, yeah, that's cute. That's super awesome. I like it a lot. Hey, Sunrocks is here. Good to see you, man. I put the link in the chat. It doesn't look like anybody's taken the bait, though. I'll throw the hook out one more time because going into the second hour, you guys know it starts to get boring just listening to old Frank Monday monologue. There's no kind of fun in that. And I will remind everybody, if you do get the opportunity, go check me out at buymeacoffee.com and put a little something, something in the tip jar. That'll certainly put the lead in my pencil and the pep in my step, the jelly in my donut, so on and so forth. But yeah, it's fun keeping up with the chat and tuning in with all of you guys. And I will stay here as long as I can, but I just start to run out of wind after the first hour. I'm gonna play a quick song, guys, as I puff on a little tobacco for myself. And 2 minutes.
Eagles flying high, cats on the prowl, devils in your bed, their whispers so loud, witches on my heels, so they'll steal, running in the dark, truth they conceal, blood on the walls, spattering us safe. God can't help the dead, no time to think. Hounds howl at night, shadows in the light, fear in every breath, eyes wide with fright. Cards dealt by fate, no way to escape. Threads getting tight, can't see the daylight. Blood on the walls, spattering us sick. God can't help the dead, no time to think. Cards dealt by fate, no way to escape. Threads getting tight, can't see the daylight. Blood on the walls, spattering us sick. God can't help the dead, no time to think.
That was good magic, man. That is Dweller of the Dark here on YouTube. So you just throw in the @ symbol and then put it in your YouTube browser, man. Go over there and check him out. Make sure that you tell him Frank Monday sent you. I'm just chilling here, guys, chilling like a villain, able and willing, waiting to see what's going on with y'all good-looking, sexy people out there in Happy Land. It looks like there's a bit of a tiff between Lollipop B and Mushroom Coyote. I'm not exactly sure. It sounds like you guys have some inside baseball that I'm not up to speed on. But you know what? I'm gonna ask the Book of Tahuti. Ooh, a little bit of an energetic battle between the two of you. And so I'm not sure why that's a thing, right? But like I said, we could play it out here. You guys could hit the link and jump on the show. Both Lollipop B #1 and Mushroom Coyote, you guys can work it out here on the show. We could do a little panel up. I could mediate between the two of you. Not that I could reconcile anything, but I could sure as hell try, right? And we could call upon the tarot and magic and everything, all the powers of the universe to bring about. Oh, you've never seen them, so it's just from the chat here, because I haven't really. I've been trying to keep an eye on the chat to make sure that if any questions come up in all caps, that I can ask the tarot. But it doesn't really seem like there's any reason why you guys should be fucking squaring off and going toe to toe in the chat right now. It doesn't make any kind of sense to me. But it is what it is. When people get behind the keyboard, they may, one of their personas may take over. The alter ego may kick in, and they be like, "Hey, motherfucker, I know how to type. I know my way around grammar. I made it through grammar school. I made it through logic. I made it through rhetoric. I'm a high school graduate, and I know all of the logical fallacies inherent in dissertation, and I'm gonna fucking tell you how the cow eats the goddamn cabbage, right?" And that's kind of a thing. It's kind of a thing. People say it's related to the ego and individuation, but I wouldn't go that far. I'd say that there's energetics that need to play out, and that the intercourse, the battle of yin and yang, and the battle of vying personalities, it needs to play itself out. Sometimes you just need to get out there and fucking throw fists, right? Let them have it. Let them have it. It's you know reflect on that when you're done. Make sure, see, hey, did that go the way I thought it should? Did I make my point? And I'll try to read a little more, because when I'm talking I can't necessarily read, and when I'm reading I can't necessarily talk, right? So I got to try to learn to do both. Okay, so Lollipop says that FS. I don't know why they're calling you FS, because I see Mushroom Coyote. Um, FS, you have a channel for anyone to see. Okay, so yeah, if you want to come up and talk about your channel, anybody, KJV, Lollipop, Mushroom Coyote, definitely get on here. I'll interview you. We'll talk about your channel and we'll just push it forward, because that's what I'm all about, man. I'm all about cross pollination. I'm like the low lying ground. I'm like a river. I just take in all things and spread them out through the land. I mean, I want judgments, but okay, I don't know. I don't know so much about judgments. You know who that bully is, Frank? Oh, really? Is this someone we know? Animal nature videos because of stalkers like that. Oh yeah. I definitely know who that is. He who shall not be mentioned, right? If he showed up though, I'd even have a conversation with him at this point. Like I would give him one more opportunity to come in here and nigger bomb my channel, right? To I know KJV's in the audience. He may or may not be in the audience right now, but the sanity and the insanity machine, Queen Stephanie, leader of Team Evil, yeah. Him and KJV could come up here. I'd like to have both of those motherfuckers in the room at the same time, right? um, yeah. Queen Stephanie, big sister, Stepan, right? He's a big dude. Like, I wouldn't want to have to fight him, to be honest with you. I don't know if he could go the cardiovascular the way that I could. Like, I'm a well-walked dude. I'm a pretty good fighter, but I'm small and wiry. And if he got one good punch, like a temple shot, like a hook shot across my cranium, he could probably end me with all that weight. But if I were able to like elude and trick and do some of my bagua and maybe like take out his knee and then push him in front of a car or something, I could probably win. But to be honest with you, you a smaller dude, like I'm only 5'10", he's like 6'2". I'm 150 pounds. He's like I don't know, probably pushing 300, at least 220. He's at least 220 pounds. Like, you don't want to go up against that kind of big dude. I did it. I've done it a lot, to be honest with you. I've fought bigger men. My brother was 6'2", and at his height, he was at his ideal weight, he was 180 pounds. But he got up to 220, 230 when he was doing like, full contact fighting and stuff. So I fought big dudes. I fought a big dude in high school. In fact, I was only in the ninth grade, and this guy was like a graduate. He was either a senior or a graduate, and he was like 6'3" and had fucking cannons for arms. And he beat me nearly to death. That motherfucker, Jesus Christ. If he's listening, I know he knows that I have a YouTube channel, and his brother died, and my brother died. Both of us who lost our older brothers, and as younger brothers, we both survived. But yeah, he nearly beat me to death one night. And I think he regretted that later on, but maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't. Yeah, but I fought some big dudes. I fought a big dude in high school one time. I was in the 10th grade, and a big dude was in my math class, and he didn't like me because I was smarter than pretty much everyone in there. But I would answer the teacher's questions a lot, and I was a little bit arrogant. I kind of put my intelligence on display, and he fucking hated that shit. And he tried to throw me off the second story balcony 2 or 3 times. He caught me and choked me and held me over the balcony and said he was going to kill me. But then, yeah, I got my brother to kick his ass, so that worked out all right. But yeah, that kind of shit happens, and I'm not against it. I'm not against fucking a little bit of fisticuffs occasionally. Sometimes that needs to happen. Sometimes it happens in school. A couple of kids will go at it. Usually they become friends afterwards. There's nothing wrong with that. Fucking Rams gonna buck horns, It's what they're gonna do. It's what's gonna happen. Yeah. So I appreciate the interaction. I appreciate y'all being out there in Happy Land. Like I said, I dropped the link. If you guys want to come here and battle it out on the Frank Monday show, just let me know. Let me know. Step right up. Step right up. Swing the hammer. Win a prize, right? Hit the bell and win a prize. But if not, it is what it is. I'm not gonna go any further than that. I'm pretty much done reading tarot, though. I got another video to share, though. Excuse me, pardon me. Have you guys seen the Insanity Machine? I mean, this is one of the best shows on the internet. TML, the machine lies, not the Insanity Machine. I'm sorry. Ooh, a Freudian slip. Maybe I really do like Steven. Steven, if you're out there, Stephanie, I'm watching you. No, I meant TML, but I was talking about Steven. So the the Insanity Machine or the Machine Lies, which is it, right? Are they different? Are they two different entities? Who knows, right? When you're on this side of the curtain, you don't really know what's going on the other side of the curtain. But the Machine Lies with Kong. I believe his name is Kong. He's like a Rastafarian god of philosophy, man. I fucking love this guy. He's got one of the best shows on the internet. He does Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 to 10 hour shows. I mean, what a fucking trooper, right? What a thing. What a thing. So I watched him today. I listened to his show like pretty much the whole day.
So we talk
And
about
it was
the lies of the
just
machine
wonderful.
on the machine that lies. Basically, on the stream, The Machine Lies, we're taking a very critical look at technology. So the reason we're doing that is because we're looking at the medium that is used to communicate, right, and transmit information, right? We don't think that any form of mediation is neutral, right, but it's laden with values. And so I think that the well has been polluted by technology. So obviously we take a critical look at technology, right? Okay, we're looking at different concepts in relation to technology, right? In terms of philosophy, right? And in terms of religion. Now, that is one of the main purposes of the show, is that we really look at where technology and religion, science, and spirituality, where those things intersect, right? Because there's a crisis of the modern world in which there's a majority of the modern world is religious people. Their mindset is secular, and the means they employ are secular. We're living in a post-liberal, post-human, post-geological age, right? So we're talking about the death of liberalism, the rise of the world technological system. Now, we do think that, okay, there's a considerable level of externalization of the ego, okay, and mediation of ourselves through the means we employ. So obviously, we shape tools, but the tools we use shape us, right? So that's one of the main things we're trying to get across on the show, is how technology changes human psychology. If you question the means you employ and what the objective factors of power are in our age, right, then that's the most important question you can ask, right? That's the most critical stance you could actually take, right? Like most people don't question, how or what means they use to question, to ask the question itself, right? So we're actually taking a critical look at technology, right, as a primary form of communication, as an objective factor of power in our age, right? And we think that basically we're assuming that a lot of the stuff that we see through this medium is totally made up, right? Fabricated. And that is based on the fact that it is artifice. It's produced by a machine, right? So we talk about the lies of the machine.
Yeah, what a thing. I never know if like pardon me, if YouTube actually ever like transmits the entire thing or not. And sometimes I listen back to the show afterwards and I hear that maybe it cut it short or something like that. But yeah, TML, he's wonderful to listen to. Somebody said the other day that they couldn't stand TML's voice, that they thought I don't remember exactly who it was or where I heard it. It might have been on the Jack Talcott show. I listen to Jack a lot, but they really talk some serious shit about TML. And I thought, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I love listening to the Machine Lies. Like, Homeboy's got his shit together, and I think he's doing one of the fucking best jobs of like an exploration into these new mediums and the way we interact with them and the way they influence us. And like basically he's on like the cutting edge of societal evolution as far as this experiment goes, with us transferring our consciousness into the silicon, as it were. And so to hear somebody like rally against that, it's like, fuck, you don't even know what the fuck's going on at all. At all. Like you've got absolutely no foundation in truth if hearing the voice of wisdom grinds your gears, and chaps your hide. Yeah, what a thing. Uh Good to see all of you, by the way, and Mushroom Coyote and Lollipop. Guys, don't worry about nothing, man. It's all fucking water under the bridge. Get in the yard one time and fucking swing it out. Don't kill each other. That's not what we're here to do. But just love is the law. Love under will. I'm here to do readings. We're pushing close to the second hour. Uh, it's not something I personally can do because I've already worked a 12-hour day. I was up at 5 a.m. Well, or even earlier. I was up at around 4:30 actually. Did a little meditation, did some tarot contemplation on my own. Then I worked from 7 to, I only had to work till 3:30, 4 o'clock today, but from 7 to 4. So, that's 5 and 4. It's 9-hour day. Pretty good. That's a half day here in China. And now we're pushing into the abodes of evening for me, 6:20, so on and so forth. But yeah, I wanted to put the link out there and see if anybody wanted to step right up and join the show. If not, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it off a little bit with some readings from let's see here. What have I got lined up for y'all? Good looking, sexy people. I do want to remind you to stop by Thompson's Five and Dime this weekend. Get the 20% coupon out of your Sunday paper, and pick up a box of Wishy Washy dish soap. It comes with a complimentary Wishy Washy washcloth, and you might want to pick up a box for the family or for the office. It's a good gift to give any time of the day, any time of the week. Wishy Washy dish soap, it's the way to go. They got the 5-pound box for $4.99. Check it out. There's a coupon in the section of your Sunday paper, your Sunday reader. Make sure you pick one up. And yeah, I don't know what happened between you two motherfuckers out there in the chat box, but Lollipop says it's okay. Typical soak attitude. Are you no free speech police? I don't know who you're talking to, but yeah, you can say whatever the fuck you want. Just step right up. Step right up. Lay it on the line. The fact of FM radio is the free. I almost said Freemason, right? No, it's Frank Monday radio, right? FM radio with Frank Monday. You can say whatever you want. This is a free speech zone. You can say nigga this, nigga that. Who was your nigga last year? Nigga, please, right? We don't hold back any punches. You could say cracker. You could say Chinaman. All the explicitives. What zipperhead, pan face. What did they call them during World War II? During World War II, they called them. Not exactly sure. I think it was Vietnam where we got zipperhead and pan face. But you had all types of racial explicitives. That who gives a fuck? What does that matter? I mean that shouldn't be of any account. That's just, it is what it is. Saying it doesn't mean you're a fucking racist, right? It just means that you heard it at some point and you repeated it. Repeater, repeat after me. Our country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. To thee I sing. Land where our fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring. The most triggering explicitive that I've ever heard, racial explicitive, is either whitey or white man or he's white. That's the most like viscerally triggering thing that I've ever heard, because every time I've heard it becomes violence and death, right? Get whitey, get that white motherfucker. He's white, this kind of thing. So I would say that the most serious racial profiling is to say that someone's white, right? Because I'm not. Do I look white to you? I mean, look at my picture. It's black and white, right? But I'm shades of gray. I'm 50 shades of gray. Or am I not? Right? And here's the other thing is that I grew up in the inner city of South Central Los Angeles on the border of Compton and Long Beach. And I never saw the colored folks getting oppressed. I mean, maybe you could say that their environmental conditions were oppression in and of themselves. But the only motherfuckers that were getting preyed upon were the white folks. And that's why we have the 1980s white flight. You had to get the fuck out of there. Like, look at South Africa right now. Motherfucker got to get out of there. Otherwise, they going to slit your throat, cut your goddamn head off. That ain't no kind of fun. Who got shot recently? Who got stabbed recently? We had a Ukrainian immigrant on a bus just because she's a white girl. She's like, get whitey, kill the motherfucker. I mean, that type of inflammatory, we're only 5% of the entire world population, so-called whites, right? 1/20th. And you want to kill us because you think that we're the bad guys? I mean, come on. Fuck. Be real. I mean, what the fuck is that? Yeah, freedom of speech, it's all about being free and saying whatever the fuck you want and just throwing down brass tacks. I grew up as a ghetto bunny, guys. My first experience with racism was a group of black kids stealing my shoes because I was in the, I believe I was in the 5th grade, and I had a members only jacket, and I was wearing a pair of British Knights, really beautiful shoes. Man, I love those shoes so fucking much. BK, British Knights. And I went down to the school. This was my first time in a public school. I went from a private Lutheran school where my dad was paying like, I don't know, like a couple of $1,000s a year or something to put me in this school. I think it was more than that, but anyway. And this was like in 1982, 1983. And I went to the public school where there was a desegregation, right? They were busing them in from Compton, right? And I had on my shiny new BKs and my members only jacket. And I was going to school and I was like, I'm fly as fuck. And a group of us, where were those kids from? Haitians, a group of Haitian kids gathered around me, about 6 to 8, maybe 10 Negroes, and beat the fuck out of me and took my shoes off me and busted my nose, and there was blood everywhere. And they said they took my jacket as well, my members only jacket. And so I was shoeless and jacketless. And they said, "Motherfucker, welcome to the blood kingdom." They said, "Your shoes, BK, represent the blood kingdom, and you have been initiated into the blood kingdom." And they're like, "You're blood now, motherfucker." And so I walked home, shoeless, jacketless in the cold autumn California sunshine. And my mom's like, "Why are you back from school? What happened to your nose?" My motherfucker beat the shit out of me, took my shoes and my jacket. And yeah, that's the way it went on the inner city of Los Angeles. You know, anti-whiteism. Get whitey. Stab him in the fucking neck on the bus, right? Shoot him down as he talks shit about conservatism, as he says, "Oh yeah, there should be a mother and father in the house. We should honor the family model, right? We should encourage boys to be boys and girls to be girls, right? Fuck that shit. Fuck all that happy horse shit. Let's just go as far left wing as we can and encourage people to be as degenerate and insane as will be allowed. All right, and, you know, freedom of speech. I feel the fucking crosshairs on my head right now. All right, so huge kudos, huge honors out to Charlie Kirk. Motherfucker took a bullet. Yeah. No, it's not sad. It just is what it is, you know. You can't live within a gated community and think that you're safe. You have to get out into the world. LA has bad vibes to me. I don't go there often, but there are definitely some beautiful places. Yeah, you know, like you said, both Namira and Mushroom Coyote, there's good and bad in everything. And getting beat down in the schoolyard, that was like the prison yard, man. They took our idyllic little suburban communities that were all white and all right, and then just flooded them with the darkness of the other, right? With people from the most degenerate third world countries on planet Earth that were suffering from starvation and disease and destitution. And a lot of it brought upon them by the Western world, the British Kingdom, and so on and so forth. And so when those motherfuckers saw me wearing British Knights on my feet, little white kid, they knew that it was the idyllic opportunity to show the man, right? To show the white man, the patriarchy of conservatism, what the black man could do in masses. And it's like, motherfucker, if you need 6 to 8 motherfuckers, maybe 10, who knows, um fellas to circle a 10-year-old little boy to take his shoes away, then yeah, there's something wrong with you, right? I mean, it could have been 1-to-1. If they'd let me square off toe to toe with 1-to-1 on those motherfuckers, it wouldn't have gone down that way. I wouldn't have been walking home barefoot, right? But when you get 8 to 10 motherfucking niggas around you, it's game over, right? You can't, especially at that age. But I learned real quick, you know, how to get on up out of those situations and run like a motherfucker. Not only that, I learned how to try to understand them and their plight, right? Taken out of their third world countries and brought into a first world country and dumped in South Central LA to work in factories and be fed crack cocaine and pornography by the CIA in order to instrumentally disenfranchise the middle class white man. You know, we called that manufactured crime and institutionalized to a level upon many of you will never experience. So it's a very isolated thing. It's a very unique thing. Yeah. And Namira says she got beat down by a teacher who lived in Uganda because you're Indian. Yeah, that happens a lot too. Like I've seen a lot of anti Indian sentiment here where I live right now. Like Namira, you've been keeping up with the show. You've been here for a couple of hours. You know exactly where I'm at. I'm not going to state it overtly, but there have been both situations. The but the Indians seem to be taking a bit of center stage right now, and so the energy is shifting once again. For the last couple of decades, it's been China focused, right? And now it's shifting to India. The the sun continues to move and shine upon the land, and there's a big awakening coming for the Indian people, and you guys have suffered, and you've seen a lot of hardship, and you will receive, because everything goes in cycles, right? um I obviously they say that the children should not suffer the crimes of the parents, but they do. If the parents and the grandparents do a certain thing and it's a beneficial thing, then there is an uplifting of the future generations. But if it's a degrading thing and they allow for the government to run wild and do whatever the fuck it wants to do, our our essential duty as citizens of a nation is to hold our governments accountable for what they do with the power base that is the people. So all grassroots movements must be morally and ethically centered towards progressive change in so much that they are it's very difficult to word these things correctly because the subtle truth is beyond description. But if I were not a diligent man in my duty and my career and in my family, then my children will run wild and they will cause the next generation to suffer. And not only that, they will suffer due to my negligence. And so I cannot afford to be criminally negligent with my children, right? And no family can. You must hold them accountable. The family model must essentially and ultimately be the guiding principle of humanity on earth. Without it, we're lost. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to let institutions raise your kids? Kids going to fucking rebel against that constantly. There isn't a single false authority that will rein in the power of youth ever. It's only within the family where they can learn that. And they have to be, need I say it, for the most part, there can be polygamous families. I'm not saying it's impossible, but for the most part, it's got to be mom and dad raising the kids, and they have to set the example. It's not that they must enforce it, but it's that they must show it. They have to live it, right? Otherwise, there's no way to go forward. You can't go forward fucking just shot in the dark, tell them this, tell them that. They ain't going to do it. Show me, don't tell me. That's been the ultimate principle since time immemorial. And that ageless wisdom always carries forward. It does. It absolutely does. Like, this is my one day of relaxation and reconciliation and my ability to, I shouldn't say indulge myself, but I am a little bit. I'm indulging myself with a little tarot reading, a little socializing here online. You know, I'm hanging out with Mushroom Coyote and Namira, and all of you guys stopped by to say hello, and that's a blessed thing, you know. Um, it would be far superior if someone actually stepped up and joined me here on panel, right? But you know, Lollipop B is in the house, and Brian Roy, shout out to you, good magic amigo. Thanks for stopping by. You know that I love you, beloved, and I appreciate you being here. Pardon me, Namira. Definitely. And anytime I have an opportunity to give back to the community by way of doing what I can do, I will do it. KJV was here for a moment. Yeah, big hitter, big fucking hitter, man. Good to see KJV. He's got a big channel here on YouTube. One of the powerful swingers in the field of revealing the esoterica. Shriya was here. Good to see you, beloved. And yeah, we're at the end of the second hour, guys, and we just kind of went on to a rant, a ramble. Jasmine and Phoenix were here. Good to see you, beloved. So on and so forth. And Fools and Tools at the very start of the show. One of my favorites. Definitely. So support your fellow creators, guys. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to not only read for you, but to spend like an hour just bullshitting and ranting and talking shit. I'm gonna roll off into the abodes of the future. I got shit to other stuff to do. Right, I got to do some laundry for the weekend, and I got to do some studies, and then I gotta take a nap. Right, yeah. Head off into Dreamland and do some real magic, big magic. Guys, make sure you check me out at buymeacoffee.com/Frank Monday and pick up the $5 box of Wishy Washy dish soap. It's $4.99 retail price, but you can get a 20% discount coupon in your Sunday paper. Just tell them Frank Monday sent you. Go to the Thompson's 5 and Dime on your corner at the corner liquor store. They might have it. It's Wishy Washy dish soap. It'll get your balls squeaky clean. Comes with a complimentary Wishy Washy washcloth. So definitely check it out. And until next time, y'all good looking, sexy motherfuckers, keep doing good magic. I will see you in the abodes of the future. And I'm going to sign off by playing Dweller of the Darks, Blood on the Walls, just one more time because I love to hear it. And until then, I'll stay in the chat for a while, guys, and I'll say goodbye.
Eagles flying high, cats on the prowl, devils in your bed, their whispers so loud, witches on my heels, so they'll steal, running in the dark, truth they conceal, blood on the walls, splattering a sink, God can't help it then, no time to think, hounds howl at night, shadows in the light, fear in every breath, eyes wide with fright, cards dealt by fate, no way to escape, threads getting tight, can't see the daylight, blood on the walls, splattering a sink, God can't help the dead, no time to think. Cards dealt by fate, no way to escape, threads getting tight, can't see the daylight, blood on the walls, splattering a sink, God can't help the dead, no time to think.
really some good magic right there. I certainly appreciate Dweller of the Dark out there in Happy Land getting good magic done. What a thing. What a fucking blessing. He does audio readings, guys. Just make sure you type his name in the box correctly. I don't have it on this one, but let me see if I can add a ticker, primary text, Dweller of the Dark. And then secondary text option, I'll put the YouTube in there. It's kind of a fun thing, right? Do at. I think you need the at symbol. I'm not sure exactly how fucking um, YouTube works these days, but Dweller of, I believe it's Dweller of the Dark, not Dweller in the Dark, but www.youtube.com/@ Dweller of the Dark. And let me see if I can pop it up there. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's the channel right there, Dweller of the Dark, youtube.com. Check it out. Make sure if you guys do go over there and say hello to him, do tell him that Frank Monday sent you. And as I sign off tonight, man, thank you to everyone for stopping by. And I'm going to finish with the the invocation of total integration. Goes a little something like this. Holy art thou. No, that's the wrong one. That's the adoration of Abraxas. Here it is here. Heaven and earth are the spontaneous manifestations of the subtle, wondrous universal law. As the original oneness expresses itself, gross and subtle energies become distinctly divided. Our bodily caves are brightly illuminated by the mysterious light from the three sources, our three Dantian cinnabar fields, bridgeways to immortality. The powerful spirits of the eight directions conjoin our being with the true origin of life. By the absolute order of the divine Ling Bao in the highest ninth heaven, send the positive energies of Qianluo, Dana, and Duncan to destroy our spiritual obstacles and debilitate any evil influences. This order is given by the highest sovereignty. It is a jade oracle from the subtle origin. I invoke with strong sincerity to drive away the demons and evils and lengthen my healthy years. The attained spirits respond. The evil demon king Moa Wong is chained to stand as our guardian servant. The powerful atmosphere has been generated. The Chi of Tao is everlasting. So it is commanded and confirmed. So mote it be. Remember, O neophyte, goodness alone is power, silence is strength, will regaineth omnipotence, and love lieth at the foundation. Because is not love the law? And do what thou wilt is the whole of the law. Until next time, Wayfarer, keep on keeping on. Ad astra per aspera. Carpe